What's up, guys? Perky here with my man Oscar.
What's up, fantasy football friends? Back for another week of some action.
Come on. Yeah, man, had a good week. Man, my matchup was super tight. It was kind of weird. I felt like there was a lot of underachieving this week, though. Like some of the stars that didn't do much. We had some big names coming back from injury. I had multiples there, so it was a big week, big weekend.
It was. Some players coming back that we hadn't seen in a little while. Christian McCaffrey,
Michael
Thomas. Yeah, I had his name in the back of my head, but I couldn't say it. So yeah, Michael Thomas. But yeah, it was interesting. We had one of my most anticipated football games of the year, just from a fan perspective. The Saints and the Buccaneers, and it was not fun. So
that was worthless.
Yeah, what do you do?
Man.
And then one of my least anticipated games, the Patriots versus the Jets, and it ended up being a fairly decent game,
I didn't even turn it on. I was like, I don't even care.
Football, What do you know?
Turns out it was a great game. So
yeah,
people blowing up. Well, so we've talked a couple times about the trade deadline, so I wanted to just bring some official clarity for that. It is what we've kind of talked about. Week 11 is our deadline, which means at the end of the games for Week 11, there will be no more trades. And I'm in another league that we had ours this week, and so just so you know the way that looked, there's a little red thing that says, hey, trade deadline is this week. At the conclusion of this week, you won't be able to make any trades. I had some trades pending through that game and even into like yesterday morning, and they were still like not pending, but I had sent out some trades that hadn't been rejected or accepted or anything, and they were still sitting there the next morning. So I think that if they had accepted them, it wouldn't have gone through. But just so you know what that'll look like. So Week 11 is our trade deadline, which is next week, and so that will be November the 23rd. On that Monday night when the games conclude, or if something weird happens and the games conclude Sunday night or something like that, whenever the games are done, trades will also be done. So if one is pending, if it has been accepted by all of the parties involved, then it'll go through. But if it has not been accepted, it will be null and void at that point. So
that's good to know.
There you go. That's my Megalo Bowl league. It's also all transactions are done after this week.
Wow.
So I spent all my fab. I'll find out in just a little bit. I just spent all my fab on any player that I wanted at all. It's like, can't take it with you.
That's right.
So man, that one's rough. It's an interesting. You got to be in the top 3, and I'm tied for second with 3 other teams, and they play each other. So if I win, I'm in. If I lose, I may still get in on points depending on what happens. It's a mess.
It sounds like a mess. There's a lot of teams involved in that thing.
Yeah, but it's pretty fun. Pretty fun.
That's cool.
All right, yeah. So let's look at this week and see what happened this week. Pull it up.
There we go.
So we've got. Oh, there's my matchup. League. So my matchup with Diego. Okay, so I know that no one was paying attention quite like Diego and I were. Other people were watching the game a little bit. It was the Tampa Bay Saints game that was such a snooze fest. New Orleans just rolled over them. Tampa Bay couldn't do anything. Brady looked awful. Antonio Brown was in the game, had a few catches. It was just, but on the Bucs side, it was just pretty worthless. Well, I've got Alvin Kamara in that game, who has never scored less than 19 points. And I've got, what's his name? Suckup, the Tampa Bay kicker, who's, decent, whatever. He's a kicker and only get a little bit. Some extra points at least, right?
Right.
I needed 17 points going into that night. Kamara gets 15 and then gets pulled because the Saints are blowing him out. and Suckup has yet to walk on the field. And I mean, the Bucks are going for it on fourth down instead of kicking, doing stuff like that because they're down by so much. And finally, they get to a 4th and 20, and he kicks a 48-yard field goal and wins the game for me with like 3 minutes left or 5 minutes left in the actual game. So, I mean, it was a game-winning kick for me. Little did he know. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
And then neither one of them got back on the field.
Yeah, exactly. Without that, you would have lost pretty easily. I mean, you would have lost. Like that's it. You would have lost. And so last minute for you, I'm sure that was a nice little win. It's kind of heartbreaking for Diego on that side. I've been there on beats like that. And so it's tough. What do you do?
That was a tough one, man. Diego, I almost feel bad. I mean, I don't, but I like almost.
Right.
Almost. It was
Almost.
a good game. Then we had Kyle and Gary going head to head. Gary, Kyle's team starting to. He had that little run where he's beating some big teams and not doing as great now. Gary, man, Gary is in it. I'm loving this. Gary's in it. Justin and Chris went head to head. This was the pillow fight of the week. And Chris, man, I don't even know what happened to your team.
He had 3 Buccaneers in there that did not help him any.
Yeah, and Jackson, didn't he get hurt?
Yeah.
I mean, gosh, that's just hard. That's just hard.
And what's crazy is Justin's just been killing it. He's been getting tons of points. And the one week that he gets under 85 points, luckily he played the team that only got 58 points. So
must be nice.
This would have been the team this would have been the week to knock Justin down a little bit, but it did not happen. So good job, Justin.
And then we had Rick and Will. So this was kind of a highly anticipated game here. 2 guys that have really good teams, and man, Rick's team coming on strong. I mean, he had a good showing last week when he and I played, and it just great showing. So Pat Mahomes putting up 30 that always helps. And Dalvin Cook. God, ridiculous.
Dalvin Cook's a game changer. Absolutely.
Oh, gosh. He's so ridiculous. And then we had Andrew, you and Andrew.
Yep. I really I even told you this, Jonathan, going into the week. I told you that I did not think the Panthers would play Christian McCaffrey like they usually do. I did not think Christian McCaffrey would be the Christian McCaffrey from the first 2 weeks. And I was wrong. I was very wrong. And I told you this in the middle of the game that I was very wrong. Christian McCaffrey is incredible. I knew he was. I thought the Panthers would take it easy on him. They did not. And, man, the dude is superhuman.
Yeah.
Probably one of the best running backs I've seen in my lifetime. So pretty incredible. But he's out this week, and so maybe possibly.
I was trying to look up the news. So
possibly he's got an injured shoulder.
His status for Sunday is further in doubt.
Yeah,
is I think the latest on that. I saw it come across today, but I hadn't gotten to read it.
So Andrew's really going to want him, and we'll see if he's got him. So.
Yeah. Hey, I got Mike Davis. If anybody wants Mike Davis, let me know.
There you go.
But yeah, man, McCaffrey. I like looking at players' average points on the season because it takes out the games where they were inactive. Right. And McCaffrey is like ahead of Cook, ahead of Kamara. I mean, he is the number one clear.
I think I heard yesterday on a podcast somewhere or something that even if you average in the games that he did not play in where he was injured, he's still like a top 24 quarterback. I mean, running back. Which is unbelievable because he has missed a large portion of this season. And so, does it say?
So he's right. I don't know what number that is.
Yeah.
but he's right here. I mean, right behind Darrell Henderson and
he's above Devin Singletary and Kenyon Drake, who
will tell us. Number 24.
There you go.
Yeah.
Number 24 running back with having missed 6 games out of 9.
Yeah. Well, that reminds me of when Zeke missed those 6 games.
Yeah.
and he was like the number 6 running back on the
Yeah.
season.
It's just insane. It's unbelievable what this guy is capable of.
Well, McCaffrey's kind of back. He was great. Took between him and Tyreek Hill. I mean, Tyreek Hill and Christian McCaffrey scored more points than Chris on the week.
That's true.
So,
That's true.
and then this was I thought Diego and I were going to have the close matchup of the week, but then we got shown up, man.
Yeah.
Luke,
I thought Obed was going to run away with this one, but he didn't. James Conner did not perform, and that hurt Obed a lot.
Yeah.
I think James Conner got like 4 points against Dallas. I don't understand.
Dude, I traded for James Conner in another league this week, and Conner was pretty worthless.
Yeah,
I don't think that's the rest of the season, but for whatever reason, I think they were sleeping on Dallas.
I don't know. Had to have been something.
I don't know. Well, yeah. So I mean, surprises for the week. Chris only scoring 58 points. That just doesn't happen. Chris, you just it was just a rough week. When you're highly invested in the Bucks, that stuff happens, I guess.
There you
go. Yeah, I think that was a big surprise for me. This close matchup was a surprise. Anything else for you?
No, that's about it. Like I said, I really thought Obed was going to run away with that game, and it just did not happen. So
Michael Thomas didn't have a great game.
He did not.
Now, I mean, he's fresh back, but
right.
Still, 10 points, 5 receptions for 51 yards. It's not like he pooped all over your team, but
right.
Not a Michael Thomas week. He will be back.
He will be back.
So, well, let's get into we'll look at the standings real quick. So Justin's in first place at 7-2, and then there's 3 of us tied at 6-3. I do hold the record for most points for me and against me. So
oh yeah, look at that.
Yay for that. And then, man, gosh, 230 more points than Justin. Just it's better be lucky than good, man. Rick, Will. So, man, look at this. Gary in 5th place. I mean, moved up at 5-4. Him and Luke tied at 5-4, but Gary bringing home the points. Andrew is out of the playoffs as of right now. I don't know if that'll stay, but as of right now, Diego got knocked down. You, 3 of you guys there at 3-6, and then Chris bringing up the rear at 2-7. So yep. I think at this point, Chris is officially out of the playoffs.
Womp womp.
Sorry, dude. But we will get to hear from Chris a little bit later, and he's been great add to the league, even though I know it's been a hard season. But so those are our standings. So you and I were talking a little bit about this manager of the week. We don't get too much into the awards anymore, but the award for manager of the week, we've seen this multiple times where someone receives, and it's just the ones we've noticed. It may have happened other times, where someone gets manager of the week for putting in their perfect lineup, but someone else also have their perfect lineup and scored more points.
Yep.
You've been in that position where I think it was actually Will that got it, and you like made moves that morning and made some great plays and scored a ton of points. That was like your 170 point week or whatever, and he got manager of the week. And then happened to me this week. He scored 105 points. I scored 156. Both of us played our perfect matchups, so he got manager of the week. Now I only had like 6 points on my bench because everybody else was on bye or injured. But still,
I don't know. I don't understand the algorithm. I don't know how it works, but yeah, you kind of want that manager of the week. That's a nice little badge of honor, and to see somebody else get it and score less points than you just doesn't make sense. But whatever.
Will did not get manager of the week. I'm taking that away.
There you go. Take it.
At least me. Maybe it was somebody else. Maybe somebody else scored their perfect lineup. I don't know. I'm just saying it wasn't Will.
It wasn't.
I'm taking it away.
I will.
Man, trades. So we did have a big trade this week. We had who? So I know Andrew got Derrick Henry, and
And Kyle got um, running back for the
Carson,
Jaguars.
Carson and somebody else.
Oh yeah, the running back for the Jaguars. What's his face? New
Oh,
guy, James Robinson.
Robinson.
Yep.
Yeah. So what do you think about that?
It's a fair trade. I felt like Kyle was playing for next year. I guess it wouldn't have mattered much because Derrick Henry didn't do much this week. But hey, man, that's a great trade. You know, Kyle is upping his. He got 2 running backs for the price of 1, and so James Robinson's been great.
Yeah.
When Chris Carson is not hurt, he's fantastic.
Yeah,
And
he's
so,
top 10 when he's not hurt. I mean,
yeah,
and I even would disagree in that it's a next year trade. I think it is great for next year because both those guys, I haven't looked at their prices, but I'm sure they're not expensive. Carson's probably up there, but Robinson was a waiver wire. Of course, I think he's like $30 or something. But anyway, I think it's great for next year. But man, so many points on his roster that right now, this week, you know.
right.
I thought that was great. I think, for Andrew, obviously probably would have liked to get a little bit more for both of those guys, but Derrick Henry is crazy. He is just a beast of a man among little boys. And so, I mean, I thought it was really a great trade for both guys. Way to, capitalize on Derrick Henry, Kyle, and yeah, I thought it was a great trade. It
Yeah.
is one of those when it went through, I literally dropped my phone because I hate to see Andrew's team get better any time. And I was just
That's
like,
it.
ah. But then I went, he's just going all in, getting rid of depth because he had more star running backs than he could play.
Yeah.
And so,
That's it.
ultimately, I think it does help his starting roster, but it takes away some depth. Anyway, great trade, but
Absolutely.
more I thought about it, I was like, who cares? Like, as far as my competition with Andrew, you know. But we'll see. We'll see. Oh man. But I thought it was a great trade. I don't think we had any others. I have put one out today. And so I was hoping we might know. I have put out a trade today that you and I have talked about it. We won't talk about the specifics. It probably won't happen because I know that because the owner is not very willing to give up this player. But I think it's a great trade, and if it goes through, it's great for me for the playoffs, and it may cost me the game this week. I do believe that.
That is right. And I just personally speaking, I know that I have been trying to make trades, and there's been trade talk going on between several teams. And so great job, guys. You guys I feel like this year trading has been stepped up. I feel like in years past, there's been a little bit of hesitancy. It only happened between a few players. And I feel like this year, all the way around, there's been a lot of trading going on. It's been exciting. It's been fun. So good job, guys. Keep it up.
I think probably everyone's gotten in the game.
I think so too.
I mean, I can't think of. I think everybody's had at least one trade. Maybe Will. I'm not sure that Will's been
I
involved.
think early on he did. Very early on, I think. But yeah.
I know Will likes his players.
Yeah, he does.
They're on his roster. They are all stars.
Yeah, he likes them. So.
But man, well, I agree, and I think I'm hopeful that next year we can get rid of the waiver period. We can still stop collusion if that's happening, but I don't think that's not a fear of mine with this league. Everybody's active and staying with it and making good decisions and trades and stuff. And I think that'll even help our trade activity. So
yeah,
it was fun. Last week in my other league, in the Megalo Bowl league, it was kind of fun. I was kind of walking through it with you. I made a trade. I ended up getting Mike Evans. I didn't want Mike Evans. I don't like Mike Evans as a fantasy player. And then the next day I was able to flip him. And so when you're able to do all that quickly, it helps. But yeah, let's get into the waiver pickups for this week. And there were quite a few.
There were quite a few. I was surprised.
Yeah. Oh, that's the awards. So McKinnon, big pickup for this week. Gary picked him up. Some defenses. Alshon, I picked up Alshon. Dude, thank you so much for dropping DJ Dallas last week. It's not like he went crazy or anything, but those 11 points mattered.
That's right.
If I hadn't picked him up and played him, I would have lost the game. So thank you.
Right.
Thank you for dropping.
Anytime. That's what I'm here for.
Kicker, Duke Johnson. That'll be interesting to see what happens with David Johnson and the concussion protocol. See what Duke might be able to do. You got Wentz, dude. Wentz has been pretty good.
He's been decent. He's been serviceable. So we'll see what happens. I may or may not play him.
Huh?
What's that?
Getting off the Cam train?
Well, he's injured. He had a great matchup this past week, and he got banged up a little bit, and
didn't do much.
And I think they're playing Baltimore or something, so I don't need him.
Yeah, Richie James.
I'm more of the streaming quarterback type of guy than a standard. I'll keep this quarterback every single week, but it's hard in a league where, hint, hint, one person keeps 3 quarterbacks on their team. That was for Chris Ryburn. So the quarterback
really well for him at least.
What's that?
It's working out really well for him at least.
There you go. Quarterback
Richie James, who went off this week, and Kyle picked him up. I think that was a one weeker, and we all missed it, but we'll see. Philadelphia Eagles are a great play this week. There was a lot of bids in on that.
Alex Smith is starting quarterback, so
yeah. More kickers. Gerald Everett, Green Bay. I picked up Minnesota. We'll see. I may not even stick with that. And yeah, more kickers and stuff. So a lot of pickups, not any real big of note ones. It'll be interesting to see if Ricky James does anything again this week. Alshon, I'm excited to have Alshon if just in case. My hopes are not real high for Alshon, but what if?
He's a nice stash.
Yeah, for $2. I mean, that's what I did with Mike Davis last week. I was like, I'll put $6 on it, and what do you know? Christian McCaffrey got hurt. So
what do you know?
Yeah. Cool. I think that's our waivers and stuff. So we're gonna go to my interview with Chris Ryburn, and so you guys are gonna get to know Chris a little bit. And there's even a fun little thing that happens in the middle of our interview. So you guys check out my time with Chris. Hey guys, what is going on? I'm here with Chris Ryburn. What's up, Chris?
Hey, what's up, Jonathan? Happy to be here, man.
Yeah, man. It's been fun to have you in the league this year. So.
Absolutely appreciate you guys letting me in. I've always kind of followed this league from afar through Andrew and just kind of kept up with him and playing in another fantasy football league with some of my high school friends, and so it's fun to be in such a competitive league.
Yeah, I always kind of have wondered through the years of how tough our league was, but then when people come in, they're typically like, this is kind of a tough league, you know.
Yeah.
Now Will's like, oh, I'm gonna go dominate the league for sure, you know, whatever. But yeah, man, when I was, I always text a few guys and say, hey, who you know, we got some spots, and Andrew was like, dude, Chris would be great, and I was like, I was like, I know Chris. Chris is awesome. So man, you've been great to have in the league. Are you guys still playing basketball at like 6 a.m?
Oh, you mean like playing pickup?
Yeah.
Well, no.
No?
We're not. There's actually a group of guys who plays on Tuesday and Thursday mornings, but I think I'm retired. So
oh no.
Few too many injuries, and I'm like, all right, it's time. It's time to hang it up.
man. Well, Chris, tell us a little bit about yourself, family. What do you do? That kind of stuff.
Yeah. So I'm born and raised in Midland, and have a wife and 3 kids. Our kids are 5, 3, and 1. and I'm a high school basketball coach at Midland Christian School and assistant athletic director. I've been here doing this for, I guess, I've been at Midland Christian for 8 years now, going on 8 years, and I've been coaching for about 12. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah,
What's the mascot for Midland Christian?
we're the Mustangs.
Mustangs? Okay, yeah. Okay. Now, y'all got a pretty strong basketball program, don't you?
We've had some good years, man. Yeah, we've had some good years. Had been blessed to have some really good kids come through here, and a great team last year. This year is going to be interesting. We graduated, I think, 9 seniors, and then lost a couple kids to transfers.
Wow.
So we pretty much just have one player coming back from last year's team, and so we've got a lot of work to do.
Man,
and then all the COVID stuff. So it's going to be interesting in many ways.
Wow, that's nuts. Are you in basketball season? Are you starting?
Yeah, so we just started practice this week,
Okay.
and actually we have like 27 kids in off season from freshman to senior, and right now we only have like 6 who are not in quarantine.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So we have 4 varsity players and have been trying to kind of bring in some other guys who used to play in college who are practicing with us right now are kind of our practice squad, so we can actually get up and down a little bit. But
Oh my goodness.
it's wild, man.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you need some guys to come practice with your kids, get Andrew out there.
Yeah. Go rough them up a little bit. Yeah, for sure. Those guys will. I'm sure. I don't want to get anybody hurt, so we might.
Yeah, it's sad, kind of getting close to that age of like you still think you can do the things that you used to be able to do, but your body doesn't always cooperate.
Oh, for sure.
So
for sure.
Man, well, that's tough. Good luck, man.
Thanks.
It's gonna be great.
Thanks.
And see, I mean, on the upside, just like kind of like with Zeke going into the season, he already had COVID, so maybe he couldn't get it. Maybe that's with your squad. Like,
there you go.
Just everybody get COVID, and then let's move on.
That's right. Have a little COVID party, get everybody to get it out of their system.
Yeah. Everybody, you did not hear that.
Yeah. That was a joke.
That's awesome. Well, dude, man, how long have you been doing fantasy? How long have you been doing fantasy?
Yeah, so we actually, man, we started playing, I think, my freshman year of college. So that would have been 2004. And it was a bunch of guys that I went to high school with, and some of us went to Tech, some of us went other places. And we've had that same league going for however many years that is now, I guess 16 or so years. So we've just been playing that one league, and it's a real simple league. Like there's no keepers. We've kind of kept the same rules. Mm-hmm. It's non-PPR. So it's very different from this league. Like there has definitely been a learning curve for me here, as my record indicates. Who was the previous owner? Who had my team before?
Let's see. Did you have Brady?
I can't remember. I'm not sure, but I'll blame him. I'll blame the previous owner for my struggles. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, we've played for 16 years and had a fun, really a good time playing, and but this has been fun to have a different type of league.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, it is a bit of a learning curve, and the auction in and of itself, and then Fab. I don't know a ton of other leagues that are on Fab, but I'm convinced it's the best. I love it.
Yeah, that's great.
And so there's a learning curve to it, but I think you might have gotten Micah's team, and
okay.
Micah was not as. In retrospect, he wasn't as engaged last year as I would have liked for him to be.
I got you.
Say la vie. But
Come on in, buddy. What's up? Yeah. You out? All right. All right. See you, buddy. Take care. All right. Later.
Oh no, dude.
We just had one more down. So
Live on the
air. Yeah, it's crazy.
Y'all just all pray for Chris. Y'all just pray for him. Pray for his kids. You're staying healthy, right?
Yeah, and really they're all healthy. They're getting quarantined because they've been exposed to other kids who've had it. So we actually don't. We only have one player in our program who's got it. So
okay.
Yeah.
Well, man, I want to wrap up our time a little bit, but what's man, impressions of the league and anything you'd say to the other managers?
Yeah, so I've really enjoyed it. I think you can tell it's really competitive. Everybody's into it and active, and that's what I would say is a difference from our other league. Like we've kind of had maybe two guys in the other league that I play in that are just kind of token members, and so you kind of know you got a free win coming, and there's not one of those in this league. And what I really like about it that I'm learning is I feel like you can really get the players you want,
Mm-hmm.
And if you really want somebody, there's a way to go out and get them, like with the fab and with the auction draft. So I'm really looking forward to that part in the coming years, and I'm kind of the trade deadline seller, kind of the Texas Rangers of the league right now. And so I'm, trying to build my team up for next year. So
yeah,
I guess if there's anything I want to say to the league, I got players that I'm willing to offer up for draft cash. So I'm definitely a seller.
Yeah. So the front office is open for business, huh?
That's right. Come one, come all.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, dude, you've been great to have in the league, and I'm excited for seeing excited for the rest of the season and seeing what comes in the coming years. But man, thanks for being a part. Thanks for your time today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on, man, and thanks for letting me in the league. Looking forward to many years to come.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be good. All right, Chris is great. It's been such a great addition to our league this year. Chris, I am sorry things haven't worked out better for your team, but somebody's got to be in last place. Normally we let Kyle handle that, but this week he's been paying attention to some information. So
yeah.
But so it was funny, man. Chris is sitting there talking about how he's got all these basketball players that are like in quarantine and stuff with COVID. And while we're on our interview, a kid walks in and goes, "Hey, coach, I got to go home. I'm in quarantine." I mean,
good stuff.
Welcome to life as a coach, man. Y'all pray for Chris, pray for his team, man.
Oh,
man, that's hard. That's hard stuff. So, but man, thanks, Chris, so much. Thanks for being part of the league. You've been really, really great and active and adding to the league, man. So that's great. Let's get into this week's matchups, and we will wrap it up. All right, so we got week 10. I think I heard him say this week that we're halfway through the season. There were like 100 the actual NFL season. 128 games played, 128 games left, something like that.
That's cool. That's good to know.
Yeah.
It's been fun. It's been a fun season.
Yeah.
And it's been weird.
Man, and we're making it.
Yeah.
We're making it. We are
making it. Yeah. It's been weird, but it's been fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. Let's get into this week. So I'm taking on Justin. So this is the game of the week for me. First place versus second place. I told you I'm trying to make a trade that may cost me the week, and that hurts me deep inside because I really want to come out and beat Justin and dominate him and show why I should be in first place and he shouldn't. That's what I want to happen, but ultimately I want to win the league, and so we'll see if my trade goes through. I bet it doesn't, but we'll try.
I bet it doesn't either, just so you know. But this is obviously one of my most anticipated games of the week. First place versus second place. winner keeps first place or takes first place. And so should be fun. I'm excited about that one.
Yeah, that'll be good. Luke and Kyle going head to head. I just foresee a lot of smack talk, and so I'm anticipating that. Kyle loves to talk, and Luke will back it up. Andrew and I were talking yesterday. Like, I feel so much like I missed out on knowing Luke more while he was here. Luke is so awesome.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know Luke, you should grab his phone number and give him a call or something. Luke is an awesome dude. And anyway, and he's fun in fantasy football too.
He is.
That's my little promo of Luke. This will be a good game. Rick and Andrew going head to head. Andrew fighting to get in the playoffs. You know, Christian McCaffrey questionable. We'll see. Dalvin Cook going head to head. Going strong.
Yeah, I'm excited because Rick's team has just looked great over the last couple of weeks, and so Andrew is obviously always playing to win, and so really excited for this game. I feel like Rick's got some people left out because his team is really low. Oh yeah, he's got Patrick Mahomes out.
Losing Mahomes.
Leo Jones.
Yeah.
So actually, now that I look at it, it may not be that good of a game.
Yeah, dude, I want to just revisit Justin and I's real quick because I was looking at it this week, and I think we were so evenly matched. Like, as much as I want to take away from Justin's team, he's got a really good team. And
he does.
I mean, Herbert and Watson, Kamara and Jones. Like, I mean, that's a big head-to-head. The face-off of Hunt and Chubb.
That's pretty neat.
Oh my gosh. Keenan Allen and Stephon Diggs, I view them real similarly. Fulgham and AJ Brown. Waller and Hawkinson. I actually traded Waller away for Hawkinson in another league with some other pieces. I was willing to. Hawkinson is a downgrade, I think, but close enough. You know, I mean, they're just all these guys are so close. Chark and Ayuk.
I just want to take a second. Thank you so much for not caring enough about my matchup that you just completely skipped over it. But you were willing to go back to your matchup because you care that much about yours. That's cool, dude. I appreciate it. That's cool.
Dude,
cool.
It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be
that's cool.
Close matchup. Let's
cool.
Yours, man. You and Chris, come on. You gonna take him down?
I'm not making any more claims of victory this year.
Is Kenyon Drake going to be out?
Looks like it, but it didn't matter much. I thought Kenyon Drake was just terrible in the offense. It looks like the offense may not be using their running backs wisely. And so I watched a little bit of that game, and Chase Edmonds looked exactly like Kenyon Drake has looked. And so anyway, we'll see.
Be interesting. We'll see what kind of week Tyler Lockett has. He'll either score 5 or 48 points.
That's correct.
And Will Fuller's been great.
Okay, you don't have to go through it. I was just giving you a hard time.
I know you were. But I didn't mean to skip it.
Just giving you a hard time.
You know.
Do we need to go back to your matchup again before we go to the next one?
No, it's okay. It's
okay. Okay, just making sure.
Oh, man. Obed and Diego going head-to-head.
Looks like a tight game.
That could be interesting. This will be a fun one to watch, man. Will and Gary.
Gary's team has really come on strong over the last several weeks.
Yeah.
He didn't look like his team was going to be much of anything. And, man, his team has just been rocking along over the last several weeks. So really good job by Gary, really good management of your team. And so great job.
Yeah, I mean, I think I said this last week, but, man, I just remember, like, week 3 he was playing for next year. You know,
yeah.
I mean,
but, and at that, like, his team doesn't. I mean, now he's got DeAndre Hopkins, but before that, he didn't really have any like big name players. His probably biggest name player was probably Kyler Murray. Yeah. And then I'm talking about at the start of the season. You know, obviously DK Metcalf has just been unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, he's been playing Jarvis Landry. You know.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah. I mean, looking at that, not a lot of people stand out. Swift has been fine. Montgomery's been Montgomery.
Serviceable.
Volume, no ceiling, but decent floor. There's not anything that just stands out. But man, you just make it make it happen week to week.
Yep, and he has been. So great job.
Great job, Gary. I think he's 5th place. He's 5th or 6th place.
Right around.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, well, man, I think that's going to wrap us up for this week. And as always, appreciate you hanging out with me, Oscar. You got any words for everybody this week?
I tell you, at the end of every week, keep making moves, keep paying attention, and make those moves now, because that trade deadline is ending soon. And after that, you're stuck with pretty much your team. So, yeah, it's going to be great, though. I know there's a lot of trades happening. There's a lot of trade talk going on, even behind the scenes right now. And so keep it up, guys. You guys are doing a great job. This is a fun league. I'm really enjoying it, even though I haven't been doing so great. So keep it up. Keep up the good work.
Awesome. Well, good luck, everybody. And we'll see you guys again next week.
See y'all.